What it is and what it ain't, what it do, what it don't. It's your boy Dino Smokes, and we are here live on the Planting Seeds podcast. Let's get it.
Where are you from and what do you do?
All right, so I'm originally from Erie, Pennsylvania, but I moved to Newport News, Virginia when I was 7, and I've been here ever since. And I'm 23 now, so pretty much the 757 for I've lived in the Newport News, Hampton, Norfolk. Yeah, but I still put on for the 814 and the 757. So either way it go, like I read both of them shits, but I'm from the 75.
Unofficially from the 75.
Yeah, like
technically,
I grew up here, so like I pretty much like
that's interesting. So up to 7 you were in Pennsylvania.
yeah.
Wow. Do you remember like much about life there?
Yeah, it was cold, nigga.
Cold?
Cold, man. It was always cold. Like it's cold up north. It snowed a lot, like when I was younger. So, like I got to experience that. I used to go like outside with my grandparents and shit at the park or whatnot. We just go out there and I'd probably throw a snowball at my grandfather and hit him in the head or something. All types of stuff. But we got like a bakery there called Mighty Fine Donuts, bro. Best donuts I ever had in my life. I don't eat no other donuts but them. I'll probably mess around and get like a Dunkin' donut or something like. But Krispy Kreme, I won't eat none of those. I swear to God.
No Krispy Kreme?
No, it's processed and it's wax. Like I don't like, bro. The glaze don't even look like real glaze. It's too perfect. Like I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I like my yeah. I need that homemade, homegrown bakery.
They are very perfect.
You feel me? Like I can't get with it, bro. It's like I don't know. It's kind of like it's like Cold Stone, but like times 30. I'm so good on that. Like I don't really fuck with Krispy Kreme, but they got good donuts. I will say that they donuts do hit.
Okay, so they are good. You just don't fuck with
Yeah, I just don't fuck with them. Like I'm cool out those,
Mighty Fine.
Mighty Fine though. Yes, I swear. Gots to go. I would tell you where the address is, but I don't know off the back of my head. But just go there. Just type it in. Mighty Fine Donuts, Erie, Pennsylvania. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
What would you get?
What would I get? Oh, man. Sometimes it depends. If I'm really feeling sweet, I'm definitely going for a brownie.
Oh, brownie.
A brownie. They got all types of stuff in there. They got...
Dessert shop.
It's a bakery, like a legit bakery. So like, they get up every morning early. I want to say like 5 or 6 and bake. And like, as soon as you come in, Jones be hot, ready. You can see the glazed chips coming off the glazed donuts, off the bow tie twist. They got the regular glaze and then they got the bow tie Jones. I go with the bow tie just cause. Yeah, exactly. It's cooler. It's like, yo, I get the bow tie, you know what I'm saying? Twist it apart, really eat the jar how I want to. Then they got the fritters. The fritters go crazy. They got the peach. They got the peach cobbler joint, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It's either peach or peach cobbler. I can't. Don't quote me on that. I know they got a blueberry one. They got a raspberry one, I think, and they got an apple one. The apple joint go crazy. Swear, bro. Like you can never go wrong with apple. Like
you really can't.
And they got.
They don't fuck that up too often.
They don't, and if they do, they really can't cook. No, you need to stop. Like, just stop cooking. Never cook again. Like, blow up your stove. Stop it.
It's not that hard. It's really not.
It's really not, bro. Apple.
Apples and you're good.
Yes, bro, and some cinnamon, and you pretty much got that. What else they got in there, bro? They got apple turnovers.
Okay, I love
I'm telling you, Danishes, bro. The Danishes go crazy too, and like it's such a good Danish, like, bro. And then we also got aside from that, we also got a locally owned ice cream parlor. It's called Denny's Ice Cream, like, but it's spelled like Denny's, like the restaurant, but it's not them at all. It has no correlation. Denny is actually a dude who lived in the city, and it's family owned, and that ice cream is so goddamn good, bro. Yeah. We got a flavor called Blue Moon. I've never seen this flavor anywhere else but back home. And I get that with the crinkle coat. And on the crinkle coat, it's like sprinkles, peanuts, and I think that's pretty much it. Like, it's that mixed together. And they put that in there, bro. That joint's so fire, bro. Every time I go home, I gotta get one.
Gotta go.
Got to. Every time.
Are there any other spots like that? Like you go home and you gotta go to this spot.
It was Alfie's. That's like a little wing spot. They got honey mustard wings, or as I've recently been told, what they really are called, the Carolina barbecue sauce. That's really what it is.
Okay.
But
they're calling it something else.
yeah, it's called honey mustard, and the difference between that and the actual Carolina barbecue sauce is that the honey mustard is actually a honey base. It's not like honey mustard sauce. But even in the Carolina barbecue, it's still not honey mustard sauce. It's just like a spicy barbecue.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So for some reason, I felt like Carolina barbecue would be sweet. I don't know why they have such like tart and bitter flavors.
I like that though. It's that twang. You know, they southern. It's that twang.
There's a time and place for the twang, but just, my mind, I don't know why I just assumed that
It would be sweet, right?
Like southern, rich, like I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe like North Carolina barbecue sauce.
Thinking about sweet tea and lemonade and shit.
Yeah,
Thinking about some.
Facts. Like everything down there is sweet. Nah, bro. They get salty down there.
Yeah.
They get salty, bro. And I'm gonna say this on the record, bro. I'm definitely all for sugar in my grits. I don't care what nobody say. That's hands down phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna do sugar and salt and pepper.
I do that too sometimes. I just started doing that. That's phenomenal. But see, you can't OD on the sugar because the sugar kind of dilutes the grit and it makes it watery. So
You're right.
I like that a little bit though because sometimes when grits get hard,
You're right.
you can't really eat it, bro. It's gross. Like,
Done after that.
but look, I know the hack. I know the hack to heating up your food, bro. this sounds so funny, bro. I know the hack. All you got to do, cause think about it. A microwave does nothing but reheat hydrated food. So if you take a dash of water and you put it on whatever, it don't matter. It could be pizza, bread, whatever it is. It could be spaghetti, it could be dry noodles, bro, whatever it is. Throw some water on there, bro.
Yes, sir.
Put that joint in there for like 15, 30 seconds or however long it need to be, and I promise you it's gonna be good as new. You be like, yo, what the fuck? Honey, and they stamped it. Here at the Plant Seed Podcast. So I'm telling the truth.
Yes.
For sure.
For sure. So like when did you start like getting into creative stuff? Or is that something you always like were drawn to?
Pretty much always drawn to it. Like, I can remember like even as old as being probably like 4 in a car freestyling with my cousins. I can remember being like probably like 3 in the kitchen banging on pots and pans, like legitimately trying to drum. My grandfather was a drummer actually. I still gotta like dive deeper into the musical history behind my family and whatnot, but like a lot of them were like drummers and whatnot. On my mom's side, my grandmother, I want to say one of her relatives was a singer, but I don't really know too much about that. So like I'm really starting to get into that, which is going to be very interesting.
That will be interesting to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, like I really want to know like, okay, how deep embedded are we into it? Because my grandfather still does shows, so I think that's pretty dope. He's also a comedian too. The man is hilarious, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. That's a funny dude, bro. It's never a time I don't call him and I don't laugh. But in terms of creating, like I said, just even being that early, when I think I really got into it when I got here. When I was back home, I really was more into sports. I did like, basketball, that was like my main thing. I've always wanted to just be in the NBA. Like, I know it's pretty stereotypical, but like that was really my shit. Like, since legit,
It's like there is like this little seed in your mind that thinks there's a chance. There's just
Yes, bro. I promise you.
But if I work hard,
I will get there. And that's what I was kind of on that. I was more so playing rec league. I didn't take it that serious. So let me rephrase that. That really was my shit. Basketball was probably like my first love.
I mean, that young, you can't be that serious because you're still a child.
My point. So it's like, I'm interested. I'm like, man, if I'm going to do anything, at least I know I could play basketball. So I'm cool with that. Like, if this is all I can do for my life, I'm good. But when I got here, I still thought about basketball. That was like something I wanted to take serious. I wanted to get in the AAU, but that never really happened.
It's competitive.
Yes, bro. It actually fucking sucks how they do it. Like, it's fucking rigged.
It is. It's pretty
It's
biased.
very
It's
rigged.
like they gotta know you.
Yes, you gotta
That's
be
really
there. You gotta know everybody. They
There's no
gotta
space
see
for
you.
anybody else because once you know them, it's like they're gonna pick the people they know.
They already got you scouted. So that's really how it was when we got here. I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at the hustle at all. But to the kids that are not hustling that hard, it's like, all right, why am I here? Why am I here, bro? I can go play rec league. I can play church league. You know what I'm saying? Get active, like, and still have fun and be able to do what I want to do. Like, niggas just really want to hoop, and that's like they should be able to do that. But like I said, I still wanted to do that. Never got into AAU. And I started drawing. Like, bro, I used to love to draw. I still kind of do now. I'm more into digital art, like digitally drawing. Not how everybody's doing with like the iPads and whatnot. Like, everybody's snapping with those. I swear, bro. I'm seeing, bro, people are going crazy on those, bro. I swear.
People are unlocking talents they never
Yes, I'm like, yo,
had.
like, y'all niggas just snapping. Like, keep doing it. But nah, like, I used to sketch pad. Like, I had like a whole book. I probably had like 2 books. I still don't know what happened to any of these. These might be in storage. Hopefully I have them somewhere. If not, that's cool. I don't care. But I used to draw doodle in them joints all the time. I used to do like faces and heads, and I tried to get into like the body a little bit. Sometimes I just do like random figures and whatnot and just see what I could come up with. I tried like when I was drawing when I was at this time, I'm probably like a teenager between like, I don't know, maybe like 9 and 13, 14 or something like that. I'm drawing, and I just draw random stuff. I didn't go into the process with the idea of what I wanted to draw. It was more like, all right, let's just see what I can even do. I don't care about what I can draw. If I think about it long enough, I can do it, but let's see where my mind goes. So that was kind of more just, freehand, I guess. And then I got into music a little bit more, because I've always loved music. I just always resonated with it. Like, when I was younger, I used to memorize lyrics like that. I still can, but like, it was really obsessive. Like, I'd hear one song and then instantly it's ridiculous. Then I got into, like I said, I got into the music. I think I got into producing at 12.
That always fascinates me because it took me a long time to get access to a laptop or computer that could run those programs.
Facts,
It
bro.
took a long time for me to even be able to do that. So I'm like, man, how lucky were people to find production? Because it's like a game. It's like gaming.
Pretty much, like, same concept of just being able, okay, like, what are you coming up with? How good are, like, it's like fighting games. How good are your combos? There's a certain amount of combos, but how are you connecting different moves into entryways into a combo and taking that combo and doing another move and setting up your next combo? Like, if you can pull off there are games that have 50 hit combos, bro. That's really crazy to me. There's a 50 hit combo. And to think about that type of form and variation and those combinations and how you even get into it, it's like, okay. But I don't know how fortunate I was when I was younger to just have so much access to all these different laptops. Like, my mom always had a laptop, and I was always on her shit. So it was like, your laptop is my laptop, pretty much. Like, this is mine.
My mom had it's like she had stuff, but like very much watching what I was doing, downloading, going on. So like, I didn't do much on it for a long time. Like, I didn't even download much until I got my own computer.
Bro.
In college.
And it's like that, bro. It's crazy how when I got to college, I understood, like, the amount of people that weren't tech savvy when it came to a computer. And I mean, like, with the most basic of functions. I say, yo, what the fuck? Bro.
Niggas just didn't have laptops.
I swear, like, they really didn't. And it really didn't occur to me, like, how many people didn't have that until I got to college. And because, like I said, when I was younger, just always was able to be around a computer. We had a desktop. My mom ended up getting a laptop. I was on the desktop. I was on LimeWire like crazy. Like, I was one of those niggas that was part of that. Yes,
Shit.
I swear to God, I was one of those little kids that was doing shit like that. Like I'm on the computer playing computer games. I have discs, like CD, like whole CD games, like Freddy Fish and shit like that. I'm playing those games, all types of shit.
What did I have? I had this rabbit game. It was like this whole world. This rabbit was the main character.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I can't remember what it was called, but like I had a lot of different PC games.
Yes, and it was lit, bro. Them games were really lit,
Yes.
and you was learning on them Jones, all types of shit.
Yes, like, and that was the best part. It was like you couldn't even feel bad for playing because you were still learning shit. So
Yes, bro. I think that was so cool, like to be able to, cause I was just like I said, I was just really tech savvy. Like I was just always into technology, whatever it was, bro. I'm on it. I just like technology, bro. It's shit cool. Like you can do a lot of cool shit with different shit, and so many things serve. Well, really have an intended one purpose, but serve so many other purposes. So it's interesting to see how you can use whatever you need to use to get something done.
yeah, I actually because I was on PC and then when I got my Game Boy.
Ooh, raps.
Oh,
I ran through them
that
shits,
was
bro.
like
My mom was mad at me every time I got a damn Game Boy.
mad.
Yes,
Why was you mad?
cause I kept losing them, bro.
Oh,
Personally, I think somebody was stealing my shit, bro. I feel like somebody was stealing my shit, cause I ran through 3 Game Boys, bro. I ran through a regular Game Boy, and I ran through like two, yeah, like 2 of the advanced ones, the flips.
yeah.
And it was crazy, bro. I remember one time I lost one on the bus, bro, and it was wicked because I'm like, bro, I vividly remember putting this in the pocket and like
It was snatched.
like it was gone. I'm like, yo, niggas really took my shit. Like somebody's pickpocketing me. But it's okay, bro, because you know, who knows what happened to them. Hopefully they fell in a manhole or something. But bruh, like I said, I ran through them joints.
Yeah.
But those was lit.
I was like, I always had, like, literally, I just always had it. So I never lost them, but I would just keep it and run it down till the next one came out. Because at this time, you had to wait a couple of years for a new system. Like,
You type did
it
though.
really wasn't this every year thing. Like, that.
New systems
that
probably
was
drop
not
like
to my
every
iPhone.
3 years. Really, like Apple.
That was not a thing. Like, you had to wait. Like, you had to play your shit because you're waiting for games. There were so many games
That they kept coming out with.
Yeah, so like,
Boy, and it was a ball playing all of them joints, bro. I remember I had a Spider-Man game for the Game Boy. I don't know what happened to that either, bro.
I had a Spider-Man.
That joint was kind of cool. I can't remember which one it was. It had Doc Ock in it. I remember the level I was on. It was kind of like brick. It was like a brick house and whatnot, and I kind of like had to go in and I guess like put out.
X-Men jump.
Nah, I ain't had that joint. I wanted, bro. It was so many games I wanted for the Game Boy, bro. It's ridiculous. Yes,
had a little.
SpongeBob was lit as fuck up there.
Honestly, like, it's so crazy. Like, that was one of my favorite games to play.
That shit was
like,
teed on that
SpongeBob
shit.
with the horse, and you had to fucking like. There was this level that I always wanted to beat, and you had to like. I don't know. It was crazy, but I love that game. Like, that SpongeBob game was.
You ever played the SpongeBob plug and play jump back in the day? With like, so it was like SpongeBob face and his nose was the joystick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it had the bubble like the little
So
Yeah,
addicting.
the little brick breaker game, but it was with the bubbles.
Oh my gosh. I forgot
I'm still looking for that.
all about that shit.
I'm still looking for that. I need that game, bro. The brick breaker game. You know what I'm talking about. The joint was like you hit the bricks from the bottom. Yeah, that joint, but with the bubbles, bro. That was the most lit joint ever. And then there was another game with him and Patrick where you had to like walk through like the seaweed, but every time you did, it was like a maze. It was crazy. That game was dumb hard.
Wow.
They had a SpongeBob jump on the PS2 or the GameCube, one of them shits. Where it was like,
Yo, GameCube was lit too.
GameCube had some stuff on it.
Bro, I was on everything. Like I said, PC, I was going crazy on PC. That was my shit. I love PC. Then I got into doing production on laptop. The first time I saw FL, I want to say I was like 9 or 10.
Which is crazy. I didn't even know it existed.
Bro, at that time I think FL was on like maybe 7. It was probably between like 7 and 10 at the time. Actually, I'm lying. It was between like probably like 6 and 9.
Yeah, I'm
Cause
about to say it's probably even less than that.
yeah, cause
Cause it's on 20 and that it jumped from 12.
right, and that was recent.
Yeah.
That was in like the
Yeah.
past year and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pretty much grew up with FL, but I didn't really get into it like I said till I was 12. So it was like a 2-3 year gap before I actually even touched the joint and was really knowing what I was doing with it. And again, shouts out to my boy Manny. I always say that my boy Manny Colazzo. He's the one who put me on to even like just doing production and then sound design. This man is crazy. So it was just like, all right, I sat there and watched him do a whole track, and I'm like, yo, I think this is what I want to do. Like, I figured out what I want to do with my time. I want to make beats. I want to make music. I want to do what my guys doing in here, making sounds, doing production, engineering, mixing, mastering. I want to do all of that. And at the time when I really got into it, like I said, I'm on my mom's computer. I wasn't supposed to download nothing on this laptop. I didn't care. I'm definitely downloading FL. Once I figured out how to get it, I got it and I stayed on it. And I'm just up there every day. She would delete the joint because she'll see I put it up and she be like, yo, why? I'm like, yo, why you keep deleting the joint? I'm like, yo. But at the time, all I had was the demo. So I wasn't really too mad because I couldn't save nothing. But still, but you can export. That was clutch. You could always export, so you could you know what I'm saying, you could do your stems and keep those and just go back in and manipulate that. So I was doing that. But she'd always delete that joint, bro, every time. And it was just kind of like, all right. So going from the laptop and doing that, and then I don't think I really got on the desktop with FL till probably about, I didn't get the desktop, yo. I didn't get the desktop till I was like 14. Yeah.
So early.
Yeah, I got the desktop at 14, little slight John.
Did you have like, were you getting the instruments too, like the MIDI?
Bro, I didn't get none of that till I ain't get no bully. I ain't get my first MIDI till about 2015, 2016.
Okay.
But I've always like been around keyboards. I had like the analog keyboards that you could plug in if you had the certain wire, like an old fashioned wire. I ain't had that. Like it was like the little old line in cable. Yeah, so I was like, all right, I could just like kind of record on my phone or record with my mic and see if I can pick it up and then like go in and EQ it. So
That's pretty good.
yeah, it was alright. It was cool. It was cool. You know, I did the best I could. But still, I was doing what I had to. At first, I started off on Audacity, whole T when it came to recording. I was producing on FL, but I was recording in Audacity. And Audacity was the shit at the time. It's trash now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Audacity was
like a household standard.
Yes.
For anything recording.
Legitimately, like
everywhere, every school
had Audacity. that was pre-installed on the computers. Audacity was up there, valid.
Fucking Windows Movie Maker.
All of that. I was using all of that. I was making movies, all of that, like in the programs, like legitimately using the computer.
Yeah. I used as much as I could. Like I would go into as many things as I would, it allowed you to. But like, I was kind of trying to do the hacking stuff, but there wasn't a lot of information online
about hacking. It really wasn't. It was more like you had to know how to do it.
Yeah, and there was all these like theoretical like
conspiracies.
Weird, like just videos of like, it wasn't real computer programming. It was just like the trees or like just the stuff, all these random things popping up on the screen, like not real actual practical stuff that you could do.
Okay.
Now you got people making whole curriculums and courses
on how to hack, for real.
How to hack, yeah.
Because it's part of, they use it for jobs.
Yeah.
They got people hacking like
ethical hacking.
Right. Like you gotta think like, all right, let's say Facebook has a new algorithm that's not out yet. And someone else is trying to send that algorithm. They have to hack whatever email or hack whatever is being sent and take that off. And it's probably encrypted. So they gotta do all of that, and then it's crazy.
It all takes skill.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing about it is it's just so intuitive. You just have to know what you are doing.
Literally.
Every situation is different.
Open that command. You open that command program. You can type in whatever you need the computer to do. You can literally type in the controls for what you want the computer to do, which is it's kind of sick.
It's really just for visual aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the terminal.
Yes.
Literally everything.
And it'll look different. It'll look analog. It'll look like a code, but that's
same thing's happening.
literally the computer's still doing the same shit. Like if you wanted to print with command, you could still do that. And how do you do this? Easy. It's coding. So I think if you know coding, you know how to hack. I can say that you could figure out how to hack something. Because if you could look at coding, that's how a lot of people catch up on like websites.
Yeah, websites.
And then they catch up on the coding on the website and be like, oh, so this is gonna come out on this day. All right, that's cool, bad. So now I'm aware of that. I didn't have to wait for an announcement. It was on the website in the coding. But
And then MySpace was out.
bro, MySpace was lit too. Bro, I really was living in every last one of these eras, bro. I swear, bro. And I was legitimately in it. Like, I was doing the coding.
Like, I had older cousins, and she was pretty, like, hip on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I was only on MySpace because she was on MySpace.
Facts, bro.
So, like, it's just, like, I probably would not have even been able to access that had she not been like, why don't you get one? I'm like, my mom won't let me.
Facts.
Like, I got one anyway.
I'm too young for MySpace. They say you gotta be 18.
So, literally.
I'm definitely putting 1996 anytime.
15 or 16 at the time, or maybe even 14.
Right. We was youngest on MySpace, bro. The internet was a very dangerous place at the time, bro. And it was very dangerous.
Very. Because, like, it was mostly because there weren't these
It was lit, though.
restrictions or
Hell no. None of that.
very low security on stuff.
And low knowledge about what can actually happen on the internet. Like, how much access is really on the internet.
No fucking, like, no sketchiness, because everything looked shitty. Like, now you can
Type. Everything look modern.
If
Look.
it's not modern, I'm not even gonna click it.
I'm like, damn, bro, your website look like
I'm going
this.
back.
Your shit
But
trash.
then it's like everything looked like that. So you're just hoping that the site you're on.
Yo, you remember how Instagram looked back in like what, 2012?
Gosh.
2012, 2013?
Yeah.
Bro, I have screenshots of Instagram from that time.
I want to say there was like no explore page or something like you could search, but there wasn't like this thing where you could just look at random people's.
I want to say there was an explore page, but I could be lying. I don't think there was. It was like 4 or 5 options at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it was like
You had home,
profile,
search,
and plus.
and messages, I think.
Yeah. But I don't think there were messages for a long time too. The DM thing, like, I don't know, they changed. You could DM people, but like, I don't think you could at first.
I don't know, man.
I'm thinking mostly because sliding the DM became. Remember that?
Now you could slide it. You could definitely DM. You could definitely DM. They always had the DM.
They always had the DM.
I want to say they always had the DM.
Okay.
I gotta pull up the screenshot. Like, I'm really curious to look at it.
I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember because one time I was trying to hit on this girl one time, and I shouted her out because like
Yeah.
it's weird to post
Shout out for shout outs.
picture on your page.
Oh God, so you gotta shout them out, let them know, like, all right.
Yeah. So like.
Yo, times was really different.
And she didn't DM me her number. She commented her number to me.
Yeah, that's how it started.
So
Yo, comments. I can say that comments were definitely a thing.
Comments were a thing. I'm saying the DMs. I don't think the DMs were a thing at first.
So, yeah.
At first, like literally. The
That could be right. That could be right.
Because, like, why would she send me her number?
I be
through
seeing
a
old
comment?
comments on my like old ass Instagram pictures.
Oh, you still have your
Yeah,
old?
like my account I have now.
So I can't
Like,
even see it.
yeah, I remember
Man.
going through comments and being like you used to not be able to reply to somebody in your comments.
Facts.
Like a new feature.
That came up like a year and a half, like probably I think like this year, last year, I don't know, whenever. I don't know when any. I really don't know when any of that stuff happened. I just know it happened.
Instagram is a weird platform because like the stuff that we have really has evolved and been added, and like a lot of it just seems like it's always been there, but it really just has not.
Never had, bro. It was a time where none of this shit existed, bro. None of that shit was there. I promise you,
We would not have stories if Snapchat didn't exist because that was not a thing.
bro. Snap in 2015,
You could, like
2014 was the most lit app ever.
for sure.
I was in class on Snapchat for hours, bro.
Yes.
Snapping people,
Yes.
bullshit.
Some shit.
Exactly.
Streaks.
Bro, I think my longest streak was actually almost a whole year, bro. And I think I fucked it up by not responding to it one day. And I said, yo, I'm blown, because this was really almost an entire year. That would have been so tough. Like,
Gosh, the things that we cared about. Oh my god.
life was simple, bro.
It's like, gosh.
Life was simple as hell back
It
then.
really was.
Like, the times were so different.
Mostly because everything was new, because the iPhone truly revolutionized everything. Like,
Man, it was BlackBerry, bro. BlackBerry was the first phone to
Okay,
revolutionize.
BlackBerry.
BlackBerry, and then the Motorola Razr, and then the Sidekick. I'm sorry, bro.
sidekick. Oh,
I need a
gosh.
Sidekick, bro.
We need like a.
What I'm gonna do, and I don't care if anyone does this before me, because it's still fuck you if you do it before me, bro. But I'm getting a Sidekick. It's gonna be a modern day Sidekick.
Life. I wanted one my whole. I never got one, and I
Exactly.
Still fulfill, like, if I could, I would still. I get one today.
I'd use that bitch as a regular phone, bro.
Yeah, I would, like,
That was the coolest fucking phone in history, bro.
Never. No phone will fucking replace that shit. No.
Name a phone where you could do this and flip your shit, nigga.
Like,
And come
it
on,
was
bro.
so
That's fly, bro. That's so fly.
And there was no phone that actually looked cool when it wasn't flipped up too. It looked so dope.
Come on, it's like, damn, I could. And then it's a keyboard under this bitch. Come on, son. What are you telling, bro? But back to getting into this music now, cause like it's crazy, like how all this tied together.
No, it really is.
But like I said, I was 12 when I first got into producing. I ain't really start dropping music. I didn't really start recording songs till about 13, 14.
Like recording yourself.
Yeah, I recorded my first song when I was 13 with my cousin back in Pennsylvania. I used to go up there for like the summer when I was in like between like 12 and 15. So I did my first song with him when I was 13. I kind of remember it, not really. I'd have to hear it again, wherever it is. I don't got it. I think my mom has it. It's on her phone somewhere. 15, I'm in like middle school, high school. No, I'm in high school at this point. High school, I really got into the whole production of things, like just trying to perfect it. I was listening to like a lot of local artists and producers at the time. I was listening to like Don Campbell heavily. Like that nigga was going crazy at the time. He still goes crazy to this day, but at that time, bro, there's beats that man has put out that I'm type mad that he does not have out anymore. But it's really okay. Who else? I was listening to a lot of Trees, low key. And there's like various shit like Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator, Odd Future, Janae Aiko, Erykah Badu, all types of shit, bro. Like
It's
just
interesting, like you bring up Janae Aiko, because I used to listen to her way more
Mm-hmm.
than I do now.
facts.
Like I really did, yeah. Like she was very different in her own lane. Like
She still is. She's way more seasoned now.
correct. So like she makes more polished songs, and like you're not getting this different type of feel anymore. You're getting more of a generic sound.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, like
That hone sound, that craft, but I fuck with that though, cause she's still on her shit, like.
yeah, for sure.
And even then, like, you never really know what she's gonna put out, cause she's very diverse.
She is.
But I was fucking with her heavy back in the day. Nigga, I was listening to B5 back in the day. Fuck niggas talking about. I'm still listening to B5, nigga. That one album they dropped, bro, that shit is hard. That whole album, damn near front to back, has so many bangers on it. Such good production. Songs. I can't really tell you about the lyrical like quality of it, because I like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's bad. I just can't really give you an accurate description of what that looks or sounds like, so I'm not going to. But the sound, like sonically, bro, that shit is phenomenal. I genuinely enjoy that album.
B5. This is which band is this?
They was signed to it was like 5 light skinned boys.
That's what. Okay. That's
Uh-huh.
what I thought.
They had
Okay,
all I want is think about you, think about that song. Yeah, all the time, and it's like I can't wait to get to school each day. That song, yeah, Bop. That song had the
Okay, so yeah, that's old. That's older.
yeah, that's like 2005, I think, 2005, 2004 type.
Cause what was the other one with Omara? What was their name?
You talking about B2K?
B2K.
Yeah.
Like my cousin was.
They got
really
some good ass
into
music too,
those
bro.
type of people, but like also I had a lot.
The boy bands was going crazy back then.
Oh yeah, like it was a real thing. Like I wasn't into it because I feel like on my other side of like, because I did listen to the Odd Future and all that stuff, but on the other side of that, I listened to a lot of like older music, like because I was with my mom a lot in the car, so I'm listening to Keisha Cole, I'm listening to fucking
Shit, my mama
Jasmine
playing
Sullivan.
Midnight Star and shit in the car, bro.
Yeah.
I'm having a good ass time. I promise you.
Genuine.
Yeah, all of that.
My grandma would get so mad at me singing that. Like,
Aaliyah was definitely in heavy rotation. Brandy was in heavy rotation.
yeah, a lot of stuff.
Classics, man. My mom. Shouts out to my mom, bro.
And then in the house, like she would always just, not only was she playing it out loud, but she would just have the radio on in the kitchen all day. Like she would only turn it off at night. So it was just a lot of stuff I was just
That was me.
listening to, just
Continuously throughout the day, just vibing.
the radio. And you know how like they pretty much play the same shit, you know.
Man, the radio back in the day, bro. The radio before 2010 was so lit.
For sure, like
Was so lit.
it wasn't like
Like it was really pop. Like it was really pop music. Like they played R&B, they played rap, they played.
like there was like you go to the station, you get what you want out of that station. Like,
Yes, bro.
There was something else. You go to this station,
Like, bro.
now it's like kind of everybody's competing for your attention, so everybody's putting the same songs.
It's just oversaturated.
Yeah.
It's oversaturated. I'm still like I understand the industry and how it's going. It's really like paid promotion, but then again, it's also like really just that's what it is. Just a lot of oversaturation and a lot of that shit just being played back to back to back. Like it's really, and sometimes it's really requested that much. I don't know how many people are requesting it, but like like I say, and you also got to think. You gotta think about who even listens to the radio these days. We have USBs in the cars. We have Bluetooth. We have the dock connector. Plug your phone in and be good, and you'll be able to access all of your music just by plugging your phone up. XM radio, Sirius, like for real, bro. You got all of that. So then you have tons of access to whatever you want to listen to. Millions and thousands of stations.
You don't have to, the restriction of like, I hope my favorite song comes on.
Right.
When I'm in the car.
Like it's a higher chance of your favorite song probably coming on one of those radio stations than it is, and you just listen to regular radio. But
What do you think about like the local scene? Like, when did you start getting into like, kind of just interjecting your music and your stuff into this?
man, since I started, bro, like, bro, it's people like even in middle school, because that's when I really was recording songs, like 11 and 12 and 13. I didn't really record like. I was recording songs like freestyles and just making beats, so I was dropping like tapes of just beats, and then like some songs would be freestyles or what I did or what I thought was cool and just liked to do. So I did those, and then I started making mixtapes with my homeboys, like, so I was doing songs with them. We doing tapes and shit, and just I'm dropping them joints, making them, mixing them, all of that, and putting them out. I didn't care what other people thought. I was like, bro, I'm doing some shit that I genuinely enjoy doing. I'm having a good ass time doing this, so I'm gonna continue to do it and put out what I like. And people was fucking with it. In middle school, I remember I made a diss. I did somebody in middle school, bro. And people was coming up to me like later that week, asking me like, yo, that song you did, that joint kind of fire, bro. I'm saying like, hey, that's lit. Like, what's up? Like, so
That's hilarious.
it really was. Because at the time, I didn't know if they was playing with me or if they was dead ass, but I just took it as them being dead ass. So I said, fuck it, I don't care if y'all like it or not. Like, regardless, thank you. Doing that, like I said, in middle school and then in high school, people still knew I was rapping. I didn't really get into like, I feel like interjecting myself into the performance side of it didn't really come until high school. We was doing shows then. I was still performing in middle school, but I was more just so like at like lunch. There was a time, bro, me and my homeboy Darius, bro, we used to rap like every day during lunch, freestyle. We get on the bus, freestyle. After school, freestyle. But whatever, like we freestyle because we genuinely we love this shit, bro. And we just figuring out like, yo, what can we say? Like, what kind of crazy bars can we come on? What can we say? And everybody's reaction was crazy. So we doing that. It was one time we was at lunch. I think the principal came in and she saw it and she was like, "Well, we gonna have y'all perform." Da, 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 da. So we performed in the cafeteria. Did that. I think I did like a talent show or something like that. But high school, I really started getting more into performing and actually rehearsing and taking it serious and starting to realize like, okay, I can honestly do this if I just take my time with it and really hone my craft and practice and not just say I want to do it and half-ass it. So going from there, I don't really think I really started to interject myself though personally to me into the scene, the local scene, until about college when I started doing open mics and I started doing more performances and I started opening up for actual performing acts and artists and stuff like that. And then it got into more of a, okay, now I'm going out, I'm just trying to get shows. But I was trying, when I wasn't doing shows, I was really trying so hard to get shows. I was trying to get in contact with anybody I needed to talk to get a show, to even be participated, to be considered. And it took so long.
Yeah, and that's at a time where it wasn't a thing to just be getting people's information like right there. Everybody didn't have an Instagram. Everybody like it wasn't,
facts.
It wasn't this. Oh, I'm gonna search such and such up in there. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have some profile online.
Right.
That was not a thing.
Facebook, everybody had Facebook though. I will say that. You definitely find somebody on Facebook. But even then, bro, people with no Facebook, crazy. Like, how are you getting in contact with these people? It was really, especially in Newport News, like getting shows out there and then understanding that most of it would take place in Norfolk and Virginia Beach. But it was really hard. It was really, I wouldn't even say hard. It was more so difficult because I'm trying to understand, like, all right, who is the person I need to talk to? Like, I don't mind going through everybody else and getting these connections to talk to, but I really just want to talk to the one person about doing a performance. I feel like at the time I felt like if I could talk to them and get a performance, that'll at least get me somewhere that I'm trying to go.
I'm just making sure the light's still on.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's good. But just making sure I was trying to, like I said, just trying to get to where I was trying to go, and I was just doing more performances and being able to be in front of more people. So I really wanted to get to practice just so I could be more comfortable on stage, have a good stage presence and whatnot.
A few times to really like get comfortable and I'm ready to get past that part. So, because I know like initially, even if I rehearse, it's not gonna be what I think it's gonna be. Like I'm still gonna go there. It's gonna be something. Like
it's a different element. You got the full experience. You don't just have you with your friends or your family or your supporters and you just vibing out. It's really you in front of everybody. People that probably don't know you at all, never seen you, never heard of you. And you have to accept that. Like, okay, they're there. My job is to be fucking good at what I'm doing. So therefore, I'm going to be fucking good at what I'm doing.
That's a good way to put it.
And in doing so, that just means that, okay, whatever I do, I'm gonna do my best. They can fuck with it. They cannot fuck with it. That's not my job to make them fuck with it. Somebody fucking with me, so I'm gonna fuck with them. But acclimating yourself into get into that, because it like, I'm never nervous on stage. Yeah, I might get like little butterflies. That's normal. You're gonna have nerves, but there's a difference between having nerves and being nervous. I feel like having nerves is natural. You're gonna get that because you're putting yourself in a situation that you don't do often that may be uncomfortable. So that's naturally gonna happen. Your body's gonna respond to that. But in terms of you being nervous, I feel like that's mental. Like you're choosing to allow the nerves that you're feeling to cause you to get anxiety and think about like this, that, and the third, unless you genuinely have anxiety, and that's just what that is. But in some cases, it's more like, what if I do this and I do that? But why are you even thinking about that? Like, you should be thinking about how you want to go into your next lyric, how you want to transition. Like, you should be thinking about how are you going to engage with the crowd more. You should be thinking about the good stuff about what comes with doing a performance. That's what I tend to think about. I tend to think about, okay, I know it's going to be people out there. Regardless, again, if they fuck with me, they fuck with me. If they don't, they don't. I'm here to just be myself and interact. So Some people respond, some people don't. And even in that, you got to learn how to be able to grasp everyone's intention and engage everybody rather than just gauging those people that fuck with you. You know they fucking with you, so that's normal. They gonna vibe regardless. You want to get the people that's looking like, why should I even invest my time into you? Why shouldn't you? You're here already, so why wouldn't you invest your time into watching me doing what I'm doing? But like I said,
I never understood like people coming. Like I get it. I'm not one to just be like all in the front, jumping up and down, but like at least engage somewhat if you're gonna come to a show. Like pay attention. Like I don't understand people that come and then they just don't. They either stand there and don't do anything at all, or they just don't even look up from their phones.
I also think it has to do with. Well, I don't know. I really don't have I don't have no answer for that. I'm not here to. Right, I'm not here to answer everything either. I think I'm just here to talk. But it's interesting to see because in some cases you see people that genuinely do that, and that's just how they interact in that environment. You have some people like me. I know me personally, I don't even like to touch my phone when I'm at a performance unless I'm about to record or I'm genuinely looking for something to do on my phone. Or see if I have anything that I need to do because I'm thinking about when I get out of here or okay, I'm here now, but okay, I know I can get some shit in order because I either don't feel like going back home and laying down or I just want to do more shit. But I think just seeing that and observing that is, I don't fault them. I mean, it's, again, interest. What are you interested in? Are you going to sit there and watch something that you're not interested in? I'm not mad at people who go to shows and are genuinely disinterested in what they're seeing.
It's not their fault all the time. Like, some people just, obviously aren't that great, but...
Right? And even if they are, some people can still just genuinely be disinterested. It has nothing to do with the artist being good or bad. It has nothing to do with them having a bunch of hits. It has nothing to do with them having mediocre music. It has nothing to do with them having a weird style or a whack sense of fashion. It's literally just interest. What are you interested in? Look at Thundercat. Thundercat is a fucking oddball, and I love that. Some people will look at him and say, who the fuck is this nigga? Right. What are you interested in? So, and I'm trying to think of like someone's like something controversial like that. Like a controversial artist that people, shit, Lil Nas X, fuck it. Controversial as hell. And I'm not even talking about because of his sexual orientation, just his music and his artistry in general.
His first hit was the most controversial song to...
Bro,
out in years.
They debated if it was country or if it was rap.
For a year, they talked about that song for a year.
Yes, and he promoted it for an entire year before it even got to where it got to. And again, like I said, some people will look at him and be like, why? Some people will look at him and be like, okay, that's cool. I may not be as invested in that, but I am interested to see what he does with his platform. So therefore, I support that. Or I just support him being himself and being open and allowing himself to even express himself how he chooses to. Some people won't accept that. Again, it's all about interest and what the fuck you choose to accept, what you choose to digest and not. I feel like even with music, like, because I remember even with Janae Aiko, there was a time where her fans were like, I'm not really liking the direction that she's going in, or I'm nervous to see where she goes. I feel like her new music won't be like any of her last. And she responded by saying, it's not supposed to. I'm supposed to grow and evolve as an artist. If you want to hear those songs, go listen to those songs. Like, you'll get that feeling. But I'm not doing that music anymore. My music has evolved. I've grown. I've decided to express myself in a different manner, a manner I feel as though is more comfortable for myself. So I think, again, interest. I probably said that 30 times, but that's really, really what it is. Like, if you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you don't. Can't nobody make you fuck with something. Bro, there's shit now that I genuinely didn't fuck with back in the day that I fuck with now, and it's fucking crazy.
And the opposite. There's things that I really, really enjoyed at one point that I not wish to listen to anymore.
Literally. And that's okay.
Yeah, that happens. So, like, what what do you? So now like where was the transition from? Cause you're pretty much featured on quite a few of like the local shows now at this point. So like what was that transition point of okay, I'm calling all these people all the time. I'm having to. So people, I'm sure people are hitting you up now, like, yo, you trying to perform, or like, I'm sure it's a little bit different now.
It's a little bit of a mix of both.
Yeah.
It's definitely a mix of both. Some people will reach out, hey, I want you to do the show. All right, let's do it. Some people, I'll end up creating an opportunity. Like I'll meet them and I'll either like find out about it, or it's like, oh, that's crazy. Next thing you know, boom, they're like, oh, well, you did it. Why not be in the show? Do this. When I was trying to call people, I couldn't even, bro. It was so bad. I couldn't even get to the calls because I didn't know who to fucking call. Like I was aware of Baby Blackheart. I know she had her blog going for a little while, but I think I got in contact with her a couple of times. But I at the time, personally, I didn't think I had the music that was at the caliber I wanted it to present myself at.
You always think like that.
But at the time, I was dead serious.
Yeah, no.
So like for me, it was like.
There's a point where it's the truth.
Yes, and I was like, yo, like this shit kind of good, but I knew what I liked to listen to, and what I was making was not a resemblance of that. So therefore, I felt like, nigga, this is not. I'm not putting myself out like this, like. So, and again, I've been doing my own production since I've started, so everything was mainly me. I only hopped on like freestyles and different beats. It wasn't until like. I think 2015 or 2016, I finally decided to take the beats the producers and the beats I was listening to on SoundCloud and actually fuck with they shit and write shit to it. And when I did, I found having success in writing some of my favorite songs. So I was like, yo, why didn't I do this sooner? But it takes that time. Like you gotta realize, okay, you're trying to make something of this magnitude. You need to study it. You need to at least understand what it even feels like to be on this magnitude, before you just decide to take that power and wield it in whatever the fuck you decide to do with it. But shit, I think the transition into it is interesting to see. It's interesting to see what is presented to me, and it's also interesting to see what I present to myself. So.
Where you like, what are your goals? Because I mean, everybody's different. Like I know some people want to do the artist life and go on tour and have the this and that, and some people want to just want to make the songs, and they just want the songs to be good. They don't mind being in the spotlight or not.
I want to do both.
Okay.
Like it's like, yeah, I really do. Like I genuinely want to do it all. Like and me wanting to do it all doesn't have to look like how it traditionally looks. I don't have to do everything that everybody else is doing. I don't have to roll how everybody else is rolling. I can do all of this shit and do it exactly how I want to do it. So I think that's what is the most riveting to me about it. The fact that I am in complete control of how I want to do it. And I think that's very important too, just overall. Like, having that freedom to say and move how you want to move.
Otherwise, it's just like, why am I doing this?
Right, like I feel like I'm fulfilling somebody else's dream by doing A, B, and C, and not really listening to what I want to do. Like, take that into consideration. So, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the rest of the question.
Just like, I mean, you pretty much, you just want to, you're open.
Oh, the goal. That's what it was. The goal. All right, so, well, yeah, I'm open to doing both because really I want to go on tour. I really want to go on tour, travel the world. I love to travel, so that's just something I got to do. I'm going to do. That's that. But I also want to be able to just sit in the house all day or sit in the studio and not be bothered at all with anything going on with life and just fucking make music. Like,
I like the idea of having like, I'm gonna go hardcore in the studio for like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna like go to Greece for a month real quick.
Right.
Like that's what I would like.
Facts. The flexibility. I love that shit. Just I feel like I had that definitely in the summertime. Summertime had that for sure. Not to the magnitude I would have liked it, but it's okay. Like I think the idea of just having the experience of being able to do it in some form or fashion is better than not being able to do it. So I was definitely thrilled with the opportunity to just go to various places, travel, and even if I was working on music or not, still just be in the environment to feel the need to create and be able to have shit on hand to create with. But the goal is to go on tour, have some plaques, as much as possible. What else? Work with the artists I want to work with. Like I want to work with so many artists. I can't even begin to name them.
Top. Well, I won't say top because I'm sure it's a lot of really dope ones. But like, who are those people you've been down to work with for a long time?
The internet. I definitely want to work with the internet. Them niggas cold. Like
Yeah, that would be a really cool feature.
who else? I'm trying to think underground because that's really where I'm at right now. The Alchemist for sure. Definitely want to work with that nigga.
He's reachable.
Yes,
He's reachable.
that man is that is a goat, a true legend. Like a different breed. I really want to work with Erykah Badu too. I don't even want to just like do a bunch of big names because it's really like a lot of small people. Like I definitely want to fuck with I want to fuck with Buddy. Buddy is cold. Love him. Hiatus, what is it? Hiatus? Coyote? Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, I fuck with them too. Definitely want to work with them. There's a girl out in Atlanta. Her name is Gwen Bunch. She's dumb fire. Few people for real. Like I said, it's a lot. So I can't even.
Yeah.
Oh, and K Tronada definitely gotta get some shit with that guy.
He's good.
He's a beast too. Different dudes. These just different dudes, like different animals. But the Alchemist is really like top up there for me right now. Just mainly because that's really who I've been listening to.
For the longest.
Not even the longest, just like recently. Like
Oh really?
I randomly just had this obsession with this nigga. Like yo, I'm about to just study this man because I've
He's a
heard.
good person to study.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. He's crazy. Like legitimately crazy.
I actually watched a couple of his there's a couple of documentaries on YouTube of his old like I love watching old documentaries like looking at what they were using and looking
Yes.
at what they were wearing. It's like
Tony Seltzer too. His production, like the way he produces is great. That nigga is fire, bro. I love his presentation and what he's doing. Tony Seltzer. Shouts out to Tony Seltzer. If you don't know who Tony Seltzer is, check out Tony Seltzer. But to me, that's studying. Like watching the documentaries and the older shit, that's all studying. Like that's research. Like to me, that's me sitting in the lab and okay, I'm working.
yeah. It's really like that's another like topic that I don't struggle with, but I just think people don't understand what work really is, and like I want work to be redefined because it's like maybe it looks like I'm laying in my fucking bed watching videos all day, but literally
That's what I'm
I
doing.
am trying so hard to figure out what the fuck this sound is so I can fucking recreate it in Ableton really quick. Like it takes hours.
Facts.
Like
It really
these
does.
simple fucking things that once you learn how to do it, it's like okay, great. But it took me hours to figure out what I needed to search correctly to find the information I was looking for.
Yo, that's like the hardest shit to do.
You never know what things are called.
Like, damn, what do I ask? Like, I know what I'm trying to do, but I don't know what to ask.
I don't know what it is called. Like,
Damn, I had that moment earlier today. No, this was yesterday. I was trying to look up on Photoshop,
oh my gosh.
like how to replace a single, like number. So what I was working on like Persona, like you know the game Persona 5. So I was trying to take the 5 out, right, and turn it into a different number. And I tried to like look it up. I said, yo, this is not gonna work at all because I know they're not gonna tell me what I need.
They don't know what I'm talking about.
No. So then I had to look up like, okay, basically I had to remove that. Honestly, bro, I said fuck it. I'm not even gonna try this. I'm just gonna make a whole new one. So that's what I did instead. Long story short.
A lot of times, like, you just go try to do it from scratch because the modification trying to like. Sometimes I just don't be working out.
No.
Because it's always something so specific that you don't know the word for.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably tons of tutorials. That's what I hate. I hate when I'm farther along in something and I come across all these videos. I'm like, where were these videos when I was literally dying for these? Like,
right. None of them were here.
And they're old too.
Videos be like 6 years ago. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I was looking for this 3 months ago. You niggas suck.
Like, what? This algorithm, what the fuck?
It's terrible.
So, I feel that.
Bruh. That should be annoying, bruh. It's alright though.
That's the process.
Literally.
For everybody, I think.
Literally, every process is different, man. I've seen some people pick up some shit like really quick. Like, bro, I've seen some dudes like I've just even showed a couple of like basic shit too, and they pick up like I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Who are you? Like, what is in your brain? I've seen some people pick up some shit and it take them a while for them to apply it.
They really get it.
Mm-hmm. It's bananas. It's bananas, bro. Like even scoring. It took me so long to like really get into chord progressions. It took so long to get into that.
It's so difficult because everybody likes to tell you, oh, it's the same one. It's like, no, it's not. Like,
It's a different chord, nigga.
That I listen to, people are putting their own spin on things. So you have to figure out, okay,
You gotta figure out the basis.
What are they basing it off of, and then what did they just come in here and switch and change around? Was it an inversion? It could just be an
Facts. I
inversion
just learned about that shit yesterday. I'm like, damn, that's what the fucking inversion is.
Like, and then the chord could be the same, but it's like A major, A minor,
All right.
A major 7.
I don't know that.
Bro,
Or 7th major, the 7th or some shit like that. I'm like, bro, I don't know that.
variations that make the sound. I mean, the sound will be completely different. But if you have like the regular, like if you go back and just do the basic chord, it sounds completely different. So it's like it's not as simple as they like to say it is.
It's really not, bro. It's really not. I think
real music isn't.
Mm-mm.
Pop. Maybe the pop, I can say that it's pretty similar, the same chord progression, but real music like soul and hip hop and
I feel like you said, the basis. When you learn the basis of what anything is, but for this term, music, when you learn the basis of like a chord progression. So okay, if you're going for a jazzy chord, look that up. Like even if you're trying to make R&B but you want to have a jazz feel to it, but look up a jazz chord. Like go on YouTube and type in jazz chords or the basis of jazz chords or basic jazz chords, and it'll tell you which are the most commonly used chords, and you can literally build your foundation from that and do your inversions, do your variations, and just go from there for real.
I just feel like that's better because you just narrow down quicker because no artist that has been doing it for a long time plays every type of music all the time. Usually they're sticking to one lane. They're playing one or two genres.
They're capable of playing other things. I feel you.
Oh yeah, they can. They have the ability.
It's like, yeah, we're just gonna stick with this.
Yeah, like that's just people usually gravitate towards a couple. So like to me, I think it's just easier to figure out the stuff you like to listen to because you're probably gonna start. You're gonna want to play like that, listen to that, and learn how to play that instead of trying to learn the basics of the instrument and of the theory of the entire concept of music. Because then it's a lot of wasted time because you don't need that information. You can come back to it if you really care, but like you just don't need a lot of that stuff to actually play.
You really don't. You really don't. Like,
it helps.
Like theory is very important to know.
Yes.
But in terms of making the music, you don't need to know theory, bro. You just need to know composition. That's really what it is. Like, composition is going to do you more justice than theory will. Theory is just for when you're... Theory is for the more technical side. Like, for instance, I was listening to Dwelle yesterday morning. He got a song called $5 Mike. Love this song. And it's literally just... It's like him tapping on something, and he's using his vocal cord. He's using his vocals to make the chords. And then it's just a snap. It's like bum, but, bum, bum, but, bum, bum, but. It's literally just that, but the kick sound like a heartbeat. So it's that, and then his chords, and then he goes and he just starts singing, and then there's a part where he says the beat comes back. Well, the beat actually kicks in, and the beat that I'm referring to is the bass line. He says, "Did I mention that I had me a bass guitar?" And then the bass goes. Dun 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 dun. Like, shit is so fire. That theory, that shit matters in that, because it's like the man really just took the stack that he did on his vocal in terms of the transition from the notes and did the same thing with the bass line.
Right.
I don't know what that's called.
That is that's pitch.
Right.
You have to know what notes are to be able to have pitch, because you can't just.
And that scale, he knew that, but there's a two different scales. Like, there's a bass scale, and then you have the vocal scale.
Right.
So, I'm pretty sure they're similar, but still, he translated that. That was just such a fire moment. I'm like, bro, you can't even get, and the beat's still going. Like, come on now, that shit's cold.
That's interesting.
But composition, like, that's like the main thing. Like I said, chord progression. It took me a minute to get there, so I finally started making like chord progressions. Probably 2016, I really got into it. That's when I really started like saying, okay, I don't really care if I do the same chords. I just want to at least be able to do chords and be comfortable doing that. Yeah. So that's what I was doing. And then like a couple of years later, time goes by, fast forward to now, like the chord progressions I'm able to do now in terms of being able to play and then still going in and edited the actual automation, bro, is ridiculous. I'm very fascinated and proud of what I've been doing lately, so.
The automation is something I really want to get into. It's just so, like...
It's tedious.
It is tedious. And, like, a lot of times I feel like the song's fine without it, and I go past it. However, I know adding it would make it...
Just give it that bow.
Yeah.
Like, give it that shout, that splat.
Yeah.
Man, do it.
Really adds that feeling, because things aren't just cutting in and out. They're easing in. They're you know, like there's more to it than just on off.
That shit's exactly wax on, wax off type shit.
A light switch to a fucking dimmer.
Switch, flicker the light when it's been dark in the room for like 3 hours, and then you just, it's that. That's literally what that is.
Yeah.
Facts. Like, automation is.
Just key.
I say now it is definitely.
Now it's like you have to, like, not have to, but
you want those variations in that beat, bro. It just sounds so good, like, cause to me, like, even when I'm just thinking of like melodies and beats in my head, I do that shit. Yeah. I'll fuck around and do the effect in my head, or like if I'm beatboxing, I'll do the effect on purpose. I'm like, I want the beat to sound exactly like that. I don't just want it to be the same shit. The variations in it, the effects in between, just manipulating the beat is what makes it so much more grand than what it already is. Because it's like, damn, all of this has happened, and it's not like I'm just listening to a beat. I'm getting an experience within the beat. So.
So, we're gonna wrap up with, you say you like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I have a ticket with your name on it. Where are you going?
Where am I going? Shit. I've been talking about Tokyo for a little minute over the past few days.
So crazy. That's what's the name said? That's what Trey said. I think he said Japan or something, but go on.
Japan, bro. Either Tokyo. Yeah. Either Tokyo or Jamaica.
The word out of his mouth.
Tokyo or Jamaica. I go to Brazil too. Brazil's fucking lit. I feel like it's dumb, bro. It's dumb lit in Brazil. Gotta go there.
I've been to the Bahamas.
I've been there.
I've been to, I think I went to the Bahamas twice, but.
You been to Niagara Falls?
No, I went to the Bahamas and I went to the Dominican Republic.
Ooh, I know that was fucking lit.
It was very nice.
Ooh.
It was very nice. I mean, it was a cruise, so we didn't like go everywhere, but it was nice to. My aunt just like was talking to the guy that does the tours. You know, you pay money and they take you deeper into the
Facts.
city. Yeah, so
You give it the right people.
Deeper into the city, and it was just like interesting to look because they just be like having the store doors open. And
Yeah, no, I wanna see the city. Like I wanna see what it really looks like here. Don't just show me all this. Show me what it really looks like.
And what fascinated me was the cars that they have. All these American cars, but they all have no emblems on them. So all of the
That's fine.
All the badges and shit are like scrubbed off. So you can see the remainder. Like it's a Toyota, but there's no like Toyota sign on it.
They finessing, bro. They really out there finessing.
Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting because they don't have their own. They still drive the same stuff we drive, just they get it a different way. We go to the store. I don't know.
They probably is going to the store.
I'm saying they're probably getting old like junk, or like I don't know. You know how like used phones.
Yeah.
Like a used car that just got
Probably get it off of auction or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
That is true.
Extra.
I don't know what their import export looks like. I have no idea.
Because that's why I was like, where are y'all getting these cars from?
They gotta be. Some of them gotta be like imported or shipped or something like that.
They have to be. So I'm like.
Especially if they're not manufacturing them there.
That's what I'm saying. Because they can't be manufacturing them here because there is no factories. Toyotas and Honda factories. I know. I want to. I don't know.
Well, they could have the dealership. They actually assemble cars in some dealerships too. So.
Okay.
But I would think they would do that in like a whole different building.
Yeah.
I just know that they probably do the same shit there. So.
Yeah, I don't know. But that was interesting. So Brazil, Tokyo, and Jamaica. That's your top 3?
Just what I'm thinking of right now.
Okay.
Like that's just what I'm feeling like. I still want to go to Hawaii too. I gotta go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
I want to go to every island out there, like legit.
Hawaii's nice.
And I gotta go to Egypt.
Egypt, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
And then
What's next? Do you have anything coming out? Do you have anything releasing?
I think what's next is more visuals.
Okay.
Merchandise is on the way. Got singles on the way. Projects definitely on the way. I don't really want to talk too much. I've already said too much.
You said quite a bit.
So it's just.
Okay.
It's coming. I don't really know what to say about it. The shit coming. It's coming. It's coming in due time.
Okay.
Like,
so, to close it off, what is like, if somebody were trying to get on this path of performing in artistry, what is one seed they can plant in their mind to aid them in getting there a little bit quicker?
I'm gonna tell y'all like my mama told me today. You never doubted yourself before. Don't do it now.
Okay.
Facts. Like facts. If you genuinely feel you can do it, do it. Fuck your off days. Fuck your bad days. All of that. Still do it. Yeah, it's cool. You can take your rest. We all need rest. But still do it. Fuck it. It does not matter. The world is going to keep going, whether you do or not. So still do it. And fuck fear.
It's really dumb if you think about it.
So stupid.
Nothing's gonna happen to you.
Unless you let it happen to you, I guess.
I mean, it could. It's not impossible, but
Yeah, you know, like, bro,
unlikely.
bro, fuck fear, bro. Fuck that shit. Be fearless.
All right, be fearless. We'll end on that. Thank
Say
you.
less.
This was a makeshift episode here.
Yeah, I feel like this episode is like what, an hour 30, maybe 2.
Yeah, this is like hour 20.
Okay.
But it was good. No, that SpongeBob shit, I forgot all about that.
Nigga, I need that. I genuinely need that plug and play.
That is definitely something I would pay for to get again because I didn't even remember that existed.
I need that, bro. The plug and plays were crazy back in the day. I got a plug and play right now. It's Pac-Man though. Like Namco, I remember Namco had the anniversary edition of all the games that they dropped. With that they like the arcade games that they released on Xbox 360. The old white John with the fat back. Me and my cousin was on that for hours.